Hello, hello. Mic testing. Hello, hello. Okay, then we are good to go. So, yeah, today we are going to solve this coaching question paper of Forium IOS, and I had planned this for I guess 12th April, but due to some things, I was not able to give this test in proper time. So I had scheduled this mock paper test for today, and I have given around 4 to 5 FLTs of different coachings uh, till today. And yeah, I think these question paper of Forium might be just the last one, because I don't think so I can afford to give coaching paper after 25th April. I think I would just do the PYQs and do it multiple times and revise my static content, because doing the test after 25th April is just pointless. That is what I feel. We will try to maximize within these last 10 days to give as many mocks as possible, and I would try to make a point to live stream while doing it, because it helps me keep the momentum steady. So yeah, that is it for the introduction part. I would also like to tell one thing, that in my actual examination I did not do iterations at all, and I think that costed me too much time in the actual examination paper. And for this attempt I am going to give the paper in at least 2 to 3 iteration if possible. So in the first iteration I'm going to take about 60 to 70 minutes of the time, and in the second and final iteration I would take the rest of the time, that is around 40 to 50 minutes. So yeah, let's keep a timer on for ourselves. That would help us to do things properly. So I have my OMR. I would just fill the OMR with when I am sure in any question. So I have my OMR ready on my side, and yeah, so let's begin with reference to Viksit Bharat. With reference to let's start the timer. With reference to Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin VB Ramji Act 2025 consider the following statements. It guarantees at least 150 days of wage employment per eligible rural household in a financial year. No, it is actually 125 days if I remember properly. It is implemented as a central sector scheme to facilitate labor availability during peak agricultural seasons of sowing or harvesting. The act empowers state to pause work for a certain number of days in a year. To facilitate labor productivity in a season, act empowers the states to pause work for a certain number of days in a year. I don't see anything wrong in this statement. One is incorrect, so automatically this becomes incorrect, so I don't have A in my option. 3 is in my option, 3 is here, so automatically this also eliminates. I have come to 50-50, and I just have to see if 2 is correct. It is implemented as a central sector scheme. Actually VB Ramji or Manrega, it is like this, if I'm not wrong, 60 to 40% share or 80 to 20, it is like this. So calling it a central sector scheme might be something too far-fetched, but let me once again reiterate, this is wrong. Implemented as a central sector scheme. So it might be correct. Let's not attempt it right away. Which among the following articles constitute the golden triangle of the Constitution of India? As per the Supreme Court, Minika Gandhi, it was right to travel abroad, and it was put in right to travel abroad in I guess 19 or 21. So 1921, 32, 1921. I am confused in this. These are not my options. 14, 21 and 32. 14, 21 and 32. No. These are my options. 50-50. Another 50-50 we have here. But I know for sure that Maneka Gandhi, was it for rule of law or freedom? Was it for rule of law or freedom? Maneka Gandhi. 14. Equality 19, 21, 32. 19, 21, 32. I'm not sure. Let's see it next time. With reference to departmentally related standing committees, DRCs of Parliament, consider the following statements. They consist of members drawn exclusively from Lok Sabha. Departmentally related standing committees. Yes. The Union Minister is eligible to be nominated as a member of these committees. No. These committees are mandated to examine the demand for grants of the concerned ministries and departments before they are discussed and voted upon in the Lok Sabha. They cannot examine matters of day-to-day administration of the concerned ministries. They cannot, departmental related standing committees, DRSCs. I guess this is afterwards, not before. Before they are discussed and voted upon. Departmentally related standing committees. No, first I know for sure that union ministers. So let me eliminate statement number 2. Statement number 2. If we eliminate statement number 2, we have our approach very clear. It is 3 and 4. Yes. I had a doubt in this because before and so okay, then 1 also becomes incorrect. It consists of members drawn exclusively from Lok Sabha. This is correct. Minister cannot be a member. I know this. This I know for sure. So yeah, without any wasting much time, I would mark 3D. Right to education is incorporated under which of the following fundamental rights? Right to education, Article 21A. No, it is asking about 19. See, for 14 to 18 we have this, and from 19 to 22 we have this. So it is equality, and here we have freedom. Equality and then freedom. Equality, no, I guess it is right to freedom. Equality and then freedom. Yes, I'm sure. 4C. Okay. Which of the following articles of the Constitution of India provides for securing the uniform civil code throughout the territory of India? That is easy. Article 44. 5B. With reference to the Parliament of India, the term guillotine refers to the process by which a money bill is deemed to have been passed by Rajya Sabha. No. The finance bill is taken up for voting immediately after the presentation of union budget. The speaker orders the immediate suspension of member of Lok Sabha for engaging in unparliamentary conduct. No. All outstanding demand for grants are put to vote at once without discussion. Yes, this is correct. Guillotine. 6D. I have read it in Lakshmikant and it was in news, if I'm not wrong. Which of the following best describes the term republic as enshrined in the preamble of the Indian Constitution? Republic. The government is formed by the representatives elected by the public. Government is formed by the representatives elected by the people. The Union Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to House of People, means Lok Sabha. The head of state is India. The head of state in India is elected and does not hold offices by hereditary succession. Political authority is exercised in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of India. Political authority, no. Government, republic means government of the public. Union, no, this is wrong. So we have this 50-50 once again. Government is formed by representatives elected by the people, and here we have head of the state is elected and does not hold office by hereditary succession. This sounds great because in China they call it People's Republic of China. In China the head of state is not hereditary. And where do we have republics? I would go with option number C. 7C. Okay, fine. 7C. The term secular is mentioned in which in which of the following parts of the Constitution of India? Secular, preamble, yes. Then in fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and DPSPs. Okay. Directive principle of state policy, yes. Fundamental rights, secularism, secular, okay, secular. Fundamental rights. See, I have. Let me just check once again. This is incorrect because one must be in my answer. Then we have preamble must be there. Then DPSP, secular, the word secular, we have 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we don't have 4. Fundamental duty, it is not mentioned, okay. Then we have preamble, DPSP, fundamental rights, secular, fundamental rights. Do we have a word called secular? No. And in DPSP, I am confused between this. No, then I will go with 1 because in DPSP, if we eliminate a statement 3, then we have just option A left. So 8A. Then we have how many of the above come under the subject matters jurisdiction of Lok Adalats in India? Cases related to the compoundable criminal offences. Compoundable criminal offence means where the case has been withdrawn. Cases related to the non-compoundable offence, land acquisition cases, cases pertaining to recovery of money by the banks and other financial institutions. Cases pertaining to recovery of money by the banks. Lok Adalat won't do such thing. Then we have land acquisition cases. Land acquisition cases, yes. Cases related to non-compoundable criminal offence. Cases related to the compoundable criminal offence. Non-compoundable and compound criminal offence. Compoundable criminal offence. Compoundable criminal offence means the victim has withdrawn the complaint. It's called non-compoundable. Non-compoundable. I guess then we have 1 and 3 as our option. Then I would go with 2 only 2. 9B. Then we have High Ambition Coalition, Jaipur Declaration, Pax Silica Declaration is securing semiconductor supply chains and critical semiconductor, yes. Seoul Statement, prevention of zootonic diseases. Jaipur Declaration, cross-border data flows, and High Ambition, no. I don't know this. Which of the following is one of the following is among the essential features of federal government? The separation of powers between the legislature, executive, and judiciary, the constitution, statutory division of powers between union and regional governments, the form of government where the executive is responsible to the legislature, the existence of multi-party system, no. We have a federal system. Federal means there are tiers, and constitutional division of powers between union and the regional governments. So federal separation of powers between legislature, executive, and judiciary. I don't think so. I would attempt it right away because it is so tempting. With reference to Supreme Court of India, which one of the following statements is not correct? The Chief Justice of India, with the previous consent of the President, may request an eligible judge of High Court to sit and act as an ad hoc judge of the Supreme Court. Yes. Parliament can increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court of India through legislation. Parliament can. The Chief Justice of India, with the approval of the President, may appoint a place in addition to Delhi for court to sit. It is actually the Parliament, if I am not wrong, but with the approval, the President may appoint a retired judge of Supreme Court to sit and act as a judge of Supreme Court with the consent of such a judge. Okay. The President may appoint a retired judge of Supreme Court to sit and act as a judge of Supreme Court with the consent of such a judge. Chief Justice of India, with the approval of the President, may... No. I think this is wrong. So 12C. It is parliament as far as I remember. Then we have the Constitution of India defines the term minority on the basis of religion and language. The Constitution of India contains specific provisions for the protection of interest of both religious and linguistic minorities. Okay, then Article 30 is for that purpose only. So this is correct. And we have the Constitution of India defines the term minority on the basis of religion and language. Religion and language, minority is defined, but in terms of religion and language. Article 29 is for everyone, Article 30 is for the people who are, it appears to be correct, but I don't know if there is any trap in the statement as of now. Religion and language, religion, I don't think so this might be correct, because Constitution of India does not define anything as such. On the basis of it is on the basis of religion and language. Minority, yes, I would go with C. I won't overthink it much. 13C. Okay. Then we have considered the following statements regarding GST in India. GST, okay, let me see what it is asked. Correct statements. GST was introduced in India through the 103rd Amendment Act. It was 101st na, or was it NJAC? 99th was this, and 101 was first. The central and state governments discussing and deciding issues related to GST in the GST Council is an example of cooperative federalism. Then we have which are the correct. GST was introduced in India through the Constitution. I would go with 2 here. 14B. Then we have campus calling program recently seen in the news. UGC, NHRC, I don't know. The audit of the accounts of union and of the states is subject mentioned under which of the following list in the 7th schedule? In the 7th schedule of India. Audit of accounts of union and states. Concurrent, I guess. Or is it union? Audit of accounts of the union and the states. Still we have 50-50 here, because CAG can do it, na? If CAG can do it, then it must be union. Or is it kept in C? This is just a question to leave for the next iteration. I don't know this. With reference to zonal councils in India, consider the following statements. They are constitutional bodies. With reference to zonal councils is a constitutional body? No. The Prime Minister of India acts as the ex officio chairman of all zonal councils. Their recommendations are not binding upon member states. Yes, this is correct. Then we have all the zonal states. This is incorrect. Then we have only 3. 18C. Next we have, in the context of Indian polity, consider the following statements. The Council of States shall not subject to discussion. In the context of Indian polity, consider the following statements. The Council of States shall not subject to dissolution. Council of States shall not be subject to dissolution. Nearly 1/3 of the members of Council of States shall retire soon after expiration of every second year in accordance with the parliamentary laws. Nearly 1/3. This is correct. After every second year. The Council of States shall not be subject to dissolution. Why? And from where did you bring this statement? 19D. With reference to no confidence motion in the parliament, consider the following. It must set out grounds on which it is based. No. If we eliminate one, we are only left with 2. It can be moved only against the Union Council of Ministers, not against individual ministers. Yes, it can be moved against the Speaker of Lok Sabha under the same circumstances used against. Yes, this is also correct. No confidence motion. No, this is not incorrect. This is not correct. It cannot be moved against a particular this. So I would go with 2. 20C. Then we have Mughal period. Zabti Hasil, land revenue. Hasil. Zama, actual revenue collected. I don't know. Consider the following statements regarding Vedic age. The Sabha was an assembly primarily of elders and elites. Vedic age. The Sabha, Samiti was an assembly of the general people, typically presided over by the king. The Vidhata was the assembly of tribes tasked with a diverse range of functions. Sabha, Samiti and Vidhata. I don't know any of them. So I know Sabha and Samiti, but I have not revised it properly. And there was this also key, in only one of them women are able to participate. And in another one of them women can't. So let's do, who among the following was a founding member of Congress Socialist Party established in 1934? Congress Socialist Party. Subhash Chandra Bose, no. J.B. Kripalani, Nehru and Acharya Narendra Dev. Congress Socialist Party 1934. In 1934 what do we have? In 1934 we had 1929 Irving Declaration, Non-Cooperation Movement. Then 1934, I guess it is Acharya Narendra Dev. So Jawaharlal Nehru can't be the answer here. Then we have J.B. Kripalani and yes, 23A. I am sure in this. 23A. Consider the following events in the medieval history of India. Foundation of Delhi Sultanate by Aibak, First Battle of Panipat, Invasion of India by Nadir Shah, Invasion of India by Timur. With reference to ancient Indian history, Sartavaha best describes to the term Sartavaha, head of merchant caravan engaged in long distance trade, chief banker in a city, chief artisan representing this, and head scribe responsible for maintaining revenue records, head of merchant caravan engaged in long distance trade. Sartavaha. No, I don't know. One word association I typically avoid. With reference to Deccan riots of 1875, consider a sharp fall in prices of Indian cotton after the end of the American Civil War was one of its causes. The riots were primarily directed against the European cotton merchants in the Deccan region. In response to the riots, the colonial government enacted the Deccan Agriculturalist Relief Act. I am not quite that sure about Deccan riots of 1875. A sharp fall in the prices. Yeah, it could be one of the reasons. There is nothing wrong. In response to the riot, the colonial government enacted the Deccan Agriculturalist Relief Act. The riots were directed against the European cotton merchants in the Deccan region. European cotton merchants, or was it the money lenders? Directly 1 and 3 is in my option. Yes, I won't attempt this question. Then we have Cripps mission. It aimed to secure Indian cooperation for the war efforts. Yes. No. Yeah, it was correct. August and then Cripps. The proposed dominion status after World War II. Yes. It proposed establishment of an entirely elected Council of India. I don't know. It proposed an immediate handover of portfolio of defense to the Indian member of 4. Then we have 1 and 2 left. I would go with 1 and 2. These are safe ones. 27A. Which one of the following pairs of organization and the founders is not correct? East India Association, Indian League, Bombay Presidency, Indian National Association. No. Then we have reference to ancient India. Consider the terms Klipta and Upaklipta. generally denote types of merchant guilds, forms of taxation, and Vedic rituals, offerings, and village assemblies. Let me just pause the stream. I can't pause the stream right now. I must do then. What can I do? I can do a screensaver. I would be back in a few minutes of 5 to 10 minutes. I have something to attend to right away. Sorry for the disturbance in advance. I would just take around 10 minutes of the time. Okay. So let me be back. Let me just put the screensaver. What is the screensaver? Stream is starting soon. Is the screensaver? Hello. Is the stream live? Let me check. Sorry for the disturbance earlier. It was some unavoidable work. Let me see if my voice is clear. Yeah, it is clear, and we are back again. Let me just have some water. Wait a second. Okay, so let us start the timer once again. We'll resume the timer. Okay, we have klipata, upaklipta, upaklipta, village assemblies. I don't know. The Puranas refer to which of among the following rulers as one who attained sole sovereignty and as an uprooter of Kshatriyas. Uprooters of Kshatriyas. Bimbisara, Ajat Shatru. I don't know. Dhananand, Nanda dynasty, Mahapadma Nanda, Ajat Shatru, and Bimbisara. The term, with reference to the ancient history of India, the term Antajaya refers to the category of people belonging to the priestly class considered outside fourfold of Varna system, organized into artisan guilds and producing specialized crafts, primarily associated with agriculture and pastoralism. Antayaja. I guess this is the answer. Because it is speaking about something ending, anta, last. And I guess the last means considered outside this thing. 31st B. Okay. Pune Pact of 1932. Consider the statements and correct. It was signed between Mahatma Gandhi and Viceroy Lord Wellington. No. Why? It is simple, man. Ambedkar and Gandhi. If we eliminate one, what do we have? It replaced the system of separate electorate proposed under the communal award for the depressed classes with reserved seats in joint electorates. It replaced the system of separate electorates proposed under the communal award for depressed classes with reserved seats in joint electorates in elections. In central legislature, 25% of total seats meant for general electorates were reserved for depressed classes under this pact. I guess this is not correct, and we have two only. 25%. I haven't heard about it. 32C. This is a made-up statement, complete made-up statement. 25%. Which one of the following was the principal cause behind the decline of the Indian textile industries during the 19th century? Competition from imported cheap machine-made British textile flooding Indian markets? Yes. Drastic shortage of raw cotton? No. Large-scale migration of Indian workers to agricultural occupation due to rural distress? No. Heavy taxation imposed on Indian handloom products by the British government? Competition from imported cheap? This is the correct answer. 33A. 34. With reference to the modern Indian history, doctrine of lapse. To secure British control over Indian states by compelling them to accept a permanent British force and refrain from independence. This is subsidiary alliance. Accept permanent British force. To create a buffer zone around British territories by defending the frontiers of neighbouring friendly states at their own expense. To integrate princely states into British Empire by denying the right of adoption to rulers without a this is doctrine of what? Doctrine of lapse. Then we have Dalhousie's doctrine of it was which? Doctrine of lapse is actually Dalhousie, right? To establish the British paramountcy. This is the correct answer. By Dalhousie it was 34C. 34C. Then we have Damin A Co, with was a large area of land demarcated by British in the 1830s, specifically to settle tribal groups. I don't know. Then we have Chandraketugad, Rangpur, Achitra Keladi. No, I'm not going to attempt. 0-day vulnerability. In the context of cybersecurity, the term 0-day vulnerability refers to a cyber threat that targets internet connected devices only during their initial setup. No, the security flaw that remains inactive for exactly 24 hours after a system reboot before it can be detected. No, a synchronized cyber attack that targets multiple critical infrastructure sectors at the exact same moment globally. A previously unknown vulnerability in a software or hardware that is exploited before the developer becomes aware of it or issues to fix. 0-day vulnerability. Okay, I think this is the answer. 0-day. 37D. With reference to cryogenics, maintenance of how many of the above are applications of cryogenics? Maintenance of extremely low temperatures for superconducting quantum systems, preservation of cells, tissues, and embryos for longer durations, enhancement of radioactive decay in food preservation process. Bhai, I have to see this with caution. Shrink fitting and strengthening of metal components through extreme cooling. Shrink fitting. Liquefaction and storage of natural gas for efficient transport. These two are correct. Enhancement of radioactive decay in food preservation process. This is incorrect. How can you enhance the thing? Shrink fitting and strengthening of metal components through extreme cooling. Yeah, this is correct. If we freeze a metal, then it becomes more strong. Liquefaction and storage of natural gas for efficient transport. Cryogenics. Liquefaction of storage. 1, 2, 3. So we have at least 3 or at least 4. So liquefaction and storage of natural gas for efficient transport. Natural gas, it is a little bit cool. So we are talking about cryogenics, and yeah, this is correct. So we have only 4. 38C. Then we have, with reference to digital twin technology, consider the following statements. It is digital twin technology. Consider the following statements. It refers to virtual representation of physical objects. Once a digital twin is created, it can operate independently of the real world. The functioning of digital twins generally relies on Internet of Things, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. The Sangam. Then we have 1 and 3. This is incorrect. I will go with 1 and 3. Ministry, wrong. 39D. With a reference to micro RGB display, consider the following. It uses microscopic red, green, blue as backlighting sources instead of conventional white LED backlights. It generally offers higher peak brightness and wider color gamut compared to conventional OLED panels. Okay, OLED panels. It is self-immersive display where each pixel can independently switch off completely to achieve perfect black levels. OLED. We are talking about micro RGB. Then I'm not quite sure about this also. This is correct. It generally offers higher peak brightness as compared to gamut. Okay. Then self-immersive display, micro RGB. No, only 1 and 2. 40A. With reference to small satellites launch vehicle of the Indian ISRO. Consider that they are at a 3-stage with cryogenic upper stage. It can deploy satellites weighing up to approximately 500 kilograms. The velocity trimming module as an in terminal stage. No. Performing a delicate surgical procedure on a patient located in a different city. At the present level of technology, how many of the above activities can be successfully carried out using telerobotics? Performing delicate surgical procedure on a patient located in a different city, handling radioactive materials and dismantling equipment inside a nuclear reactors remotely. No. This is never possible. Performing real-time lag-free teleoperation of a robotic rover on Mars from Earth. Real-time lag-free robotic rover on Mars from Earth. This is correct. And we have performing delicate surgical in a different city. I guess this is possible. We have seen the robotic arms also, but this statement is actually this question is actually very irrelevant to the preparation. This mission involves sending a 4-member international crew to, abroad on a next generation spacecraft in which humans will travel around the moon to test deep space life support systems for the first time in more than 50 years. Which one of the following is the best to describe? Artemis 2, Artemis 3. Good. Artemis 2 or Artemis 3, I don't know. Consider the following statements regarding probiotics. They are live microorganisms like bacteria and yeast. They are commonly found in fermented foods such as cheese and yogurt. They are primarily used in improved gut health and immune in humans. 44D. Then we have in India, National Vaccination Day is observed in this. On 16 March, the government of India administered the first dose of inactivated polio under the Pulse Polio program. I don't know. Which of the following best describes the term liquid biopsy? Recently seen in the news. A surgical procedure involving removal of tumor tissues for diagnostic purposes. A process of injecting liquid medication directly into a tumor to dissolve it without surgery. A non-invasive technique that detects cancer-related biomarkers in body fluids such as blood. A process culturing stem cells in a liquid medium to grow synthetic replacement organs. Liquid biopsy. This is incorrect. Then injecting liquid into tumor to dissolve it. This is incorrect. Only this is 50-50. Non-invasive in 50-50. I would see it in the next iteration. Regarding enzymes, they are biological molecules that accelerate chemical reactions in cells without being consumed in the process. Enzymes. They are absent in unicellular organisms such as bacteria and protozoa. The majority of enzymes are protein. They are absent in unicellular organisms. Enzymes. No, this is incorrect. Enzymes are present in every organism. How can you say this? 2. Then we have 1 and 3. 47B. Consider the following states and union territories. How many of the above are included in the Aravali Green Wall project? It starts from Gujarat, then Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, no. Then we have Delhi, yes. Rajasthan, yes. Haryana is here. So some parts of Haryana. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. 48C. Just give me a second. Okay. 49. With reference to off-budget borrowings in India, consider the following statements. These are loans taken by the Union government directly from the RBI. They are included in the calculation of fiscal deficit of Union government. The repayment of the principal and interest of such borrowing is primarily met from the Union budget. Off-budget borrowing, I am not in the mood to think about off-budget borrowing. I don't know what has happened. With reference to economy, the Mizazine financing is a type of financing which allows lenders to convert debt into equity allows lender to levy lower than usual interest rates due to their lower risk nature. It is the first death claim to be settled in case of bankruptcy or liquidation of the borrower company. It is provided to companies by governments as a stimulation package in case of recession. Mezzanine, I don't know. With reference to STRIPS, separate trading of registered principal, separate trading of registered interest and principal of securities in the Indian economy. STRIPS are issued through periodic primary auctions conducted by RBI, similar to GSEC and T-bills. STRIPS are zero coupon instruments issued at discount and redeemed at face value on maturity. Then we have STRIPS are eligible securities for meeting SLR requirements of banks. Retail and other non-institutional investors are eligible to buy and hold STRIPS in the secondary market. I am more inclined for this, because if it is a part of SLR, then why haven't I heard about it till now? 51C. Then we have, with reference to sovereign green bonds in India, consider the following statements. The bonds can be issued by both the government of India and private entities. The proceeds from sovereign green bonds are credited to Consolidated Fund of India. It must be public account. These bonds are eligible for meeting the SLR requirements of a bank. Nuclear power projects are excluded from financing through, yes, this is correct. I had recently seen this somewhere. I don't know where, but this is correct. I have 4 in my option. Then I know statement number 2 cannot be correct, so we can eliminate this. So we have 50-50 over here. 1 is correct. Then I have to see this. These bonds are eligible for meeting SLR requirements of banks. No. So I will go with B, 52B. In SLR they are putting all kinds of nonsense they can add. With reference to banking regulations in India, the term unclaimed deposit recently seen in the news in the context of RBI initiative refers to the deposit that remain unclaimed for a period of 10 years and thereafter are treated as income of the bank with no further liability towards the depositor and are transferred to RBI, which assumes full ownership, after which they automatically lapse and are treated as government revenue, which are transferred to a specific fund but continue to legally belong to a depositor. Yes. 53D. Then we have considered the following expenditures of Government of India. Repayment of what is asked? How many of them are part of revenue expenditure of government? What is revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure, that is recurring revenue. Capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. Yes. Repayment of principal amount of public debt. No. Grantee needs to state government. Subsidies on food. Yes. Acquisition of land and buildings. No. I just have to see these statements. Granting aid to state government. It is capital expenditure, right? How can it be granting aid to state government? So I have only one. This is not correct. 54A. Which of the following describes Operation Urja Suraksha? To expand India's strategic petroleum reserve, to enhance offshore activities, to ensure safe and transit India-bound Strait of Hormuz, and to promote diversification of energy. I don't know. Regarding Patents Act of India, Patent Acts in India, a new form of known pharmaceutical substance is patentable only if it demonstrates enhanced theoretical efficacy. Compulsory licensing in India allows a third party to manufacture a patented drug without the consent of holder under certain conditions. A patent in India is granted for a uniform term of 20 years from the date of filing, irrespective of the field of technology. I don't know. And here it is giving data. So, compulsory licensing in India allows a third party manufacturer to manufacture a patented drug without the consent of patent holder under certain conditions. I would go with no, I would not attempt this. We need to keep it safe. Consider the following fiscal policy actions. How many of the above actions would the government of India typically not take during recession period? Okay, it is a recession period and we need to pump money. We need to pump money in the market. Pump money in the market. Okay. Let me just check my audio is clear. Yes. Audio is working fine. Then okay. So pump money in the market. And it is asking not correct. Increasing government capital expenditure. Yes. Enhancing budgetary allocation for agricultural support. Raising indirect taxes. No. Increasing grantee needs to state. Yes, it can do that. Not correct is only one. 57A. With reference to the periodic labor survey 2025, consider the following statements. It is the first PLFS in which the survey cycle has been shifted from July, June to January, December. In rural areas, the unemployment rate among the females is lower than that of the male. Labor force participation rate for males is more than 3/4 of the male population in both. No, this is wrong. The proportion of the Indian workforce employed as casual labor is higher than those. I would eliminate the third statement first. We have the answer. 3/4. 58B. 58B. Because there is a window to mark it as incorrect by the question framer. So I won't gamble on it. Let me just check if everything is working fine. Why it is not showing me live? Okay, now it is working. Then we have 59th. Consider the following statements regarding fertilizer subsidy. Urea is the only fertilizer whose MRP is statutorily fixed and controlled by Government of India. Yes, this is correct. The nutrient-based subsidy scheme covers both urea and phosphatic fertilizers. I don't know about this. Consider the payment banks in India. They are permitted to accept only demand deposit and not term deposits. They are required to maintain CRR. They must open at least 25% of their physical banking assets at bank rural centers. No. Their priority sector lending targets has been recently reduced from 75 to 60% of their this. If we eliminate 3, what do we have? No, I am not going to attempt. How many of the examples of public good? Public good street lighting. Then we have public parks. Then we have national defense. Cinema halls, no. Toll highways. It is contentious. Toll highways. If it just had been highways, then it would have been public good. So yeah, it is correct. It is intentionally doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing? Only 4. 61C. MCLR has been outdated. Now it is external benchmark rate. It is minimum interest rate below which commercial banks are not generally permitted to lend. It is directly linked to repo rate, and any change in the repo rate automatically changes the MCLR. No. MCLR framework was introduced by RBI to replace the external benchmark lending rate. This is incorrect. Then we have 2 and 1. It is directly linked to repo rate. MCLR, no. 62B. Then we have, with reference to Indian economy, consider the following. How many of the above are regulated by SEBI? Instruments, international mutual funds, yes. Trading in, such as bitcoins, trading in virtual digital assets. Commodity derivatives in bullion, I don't know. Germany just replaced Japan as the world's largest creditor nation, ending Japan's 3-decade-long dominance in net external assets. 3. There has been an increase in bond yields in Japan, lending to large-scale foreign outflows from Japan to There has been an increase in bond yields in Japan, leading to a large-scale foreign outflows from Japan to other countries. Germany has recorded persistent current account surplus in recent years, driven by strong export performance. I don't know. Consider the following financial instruments. How many of them are categorized as small savings schemes? PPF, Sukanya, yes. Senior Citizen Savings, yes. Kisan Vikas Patra, National Savings Certificate, I don't know, man. With reference to the National Manufacturing Mission NMM, consider the following statement. It was announced for this. It covers both high-tech sectors and industrial labor-intensive industries. Then we have, it aims to increase manufacturing sector's GDP to 30% by end of 2030. Gobi Desert, Atacama, Kalahari, Gibson. Gobi Desert is Mongolia, Atacama, Brazil. Marginal productivity of labor is 0 or near 0 in a situation of disguised employment. In a disguised unemployment situation, more people are engaged in the same activity, yes. Disguised unemployment is predominantly observed in agriculture sector in developing economies, yes. This explains. So both the statements are correct, but only one explains. So 69B. Then we have, with reference to district export hubs initiative, it selects goods exclusively from MSME for export potential. It aims to encourage sales from each district exclusively in the international market. Services are not identified for exports potential at the district level under the scheme. Project Cheetah. It represents India's world's first successful intercontinental translocation of carnivore. Kuno National Park has been selected as the first site of cheetah. Kuno. The project envisages expansion to additional sites such as Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. Botswana has recently gifted cheetahs to India as a part of the project. We have three. Kuno National Park, yes. 72D. With reference to national parks in India, consider the following. How many of the above are situated in the Union Territory of Andaman and Nicobar? Campbell, don't know. Species Survival Commission, sometimes seen in the news. Nilgiris. 75B. With reference to mycelium based materials, consider the following statements. They are derived from root-like networks of fungi. They are non-biodegradable under natural conditions. They are widely used as structural load-bearing materials in large-scale construction. Mycelium. Don't know. Which of the following are the most likely places of find to one-horned rhino? Dibhang, Gorumara, Indravati. Don't know. How many of the above technologies help in reducing the carbon footprint of the shipping industries? Use of green ammonia, use of heavy fuel oil with open loop screws, use of hydrogen fuel cells for propulsion. Green ammonia. One, two, three, four. 78C. 78C. With reference to National Green Hydrogen Mission, at least (79C). Consider the following statements regarding carbon farming. It refers to accelerated use of photosynthesis and carbon plant growth due to an increased level of atmospheric carbon fertilization. Accelerated growth of photosynthesis. It constitutes an integrated land management approach that primarily combines practices from regenerative. It has been widely recognized under the Paris Agreement as a vital component of nature-based solutions for climate mitigation. Carbon farming, not as Pansamrit. (81D). Gupta period, Nividharma, Aksayana, Aprada Dharma. With reference to agrivoltaics in the Indian agriculture, consider the following statements. It refers to simultaneous use of single parcel of land for solar energy generation. It can create microclimatic conditions that reduce soil evaporation and improve water use efficiency. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha scheme mandates adoption of its agrivoltaic across all its components. Let me just take 2 minutes for myself. No, I'm not being able to focus properly. I think it is due to the sugar crash that I am experiencing because I had taken a lot of caffeine, a lot of concentrated coffee before this live stream. And I guess it is now nearly 1 hour, so it is coming down. Decoding with logics. Okay, live stream is working fine. Let me check the audio. Yeah, it is working fine. How many? Let me check the Okay. It is good, we are good. Let me see this again. Agrivoltaics. It refers to simultaneous use of single parcel of land. It can create microclimatic conditions that reduce soil evaporation and improve water use efficiency in agriculture. Positive statement. प्रधानमंत्री किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्तम महाअभियान mandates the adoption of agrivoltaic system across all its components. 1 and 2. 83A. 83A. Golden Beach, Mariana Beach, I don't know, blue flag certified. Which of the term statements best describe greenwashing? It is a practice where companies invest heavily in renewable energy, falsely promoting their products as environmentally friendly to create a misleading public image, deliberately violate environmental regulations, shift polluting activities to regions with weaker environmental regulations. 85B. 85B. Then we move to 86. With reference to saline soils in India, they are generally characterized by high concentration of nitrogen and humus contents. They are commonly found in arid and semi-arid, known as Western Rajasthan. They have presence of soluble salts like chlorides and sulfates of sodium and magnesiums. We have three. Then they are commonly found in arid and semi-arid regions such as Western saline soils. Yeah, I have two. Then we have over here. Then we have, they are generally characterized by a high concentration of nitrogen and humus content. No. So we have 2 and 3. 86B. Okay. Which of the following is not a weight losing raw material? What does this mean? I don't know. Anthracite is the most abundantly available type of coal. Anthracite. Most of the world coal reserves are located in India's Gondwana region. Yes, Jharkhand possesses largest share of coal reserves in India. I don't know. Consider the following statements. Agarwood tree predominantly grows in northeast. Agarwood forms when Aqualaria trees produce fragrant resin in response to fungal infection. It is listed as critically endangered red list. Assam was recently granted GI tag. I don't know. Manure crops. With reference to biochar, it is produced by thermochemical decomposition of biomass in an oxygen-rich environment at high temperature. Its application in agriculture can enhance I have 2 and 4. Higher density than conventional coal. I would go with 2 and 4. 891B. 91B. Then we have, consider the following items. Bamboo, tendu leaves. Honey, tendu leaves and teak. Honey we get, I don't know. I would go with only 292B. 92B. And let me just write here key generate a list. Generate list for MFP afterwards. The oceanic crust is thinner and denser compared to continental crust. Thinner, or it is thicker. Oceanic crust is primarily composed of granite rocks, whereas the continental primarily composed of basaltic. But it is denser, yeah. But it is denser. Oceanic crust is denser. It is correct. But it is thinner. Yeah, I guess. Oceanic crust is primarily composed of granitic rocks. Continental crust is basaltic rocks. I guess this is incorrect. Then statement 2 is incorrect. Because in the oceanic crust, we know volcanoes erupt frequently. 93C. With reference to southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoon in India, consider the following statements. Andaman Sea branch of causes heavy rainfalls in the windward, leeward and windward. Yes. Bay of Bengal branch plays a dominant role in bringing rainfall to the northern plains. Westerly jet stream steers tropical depressions into India, determining the distribution and intensity of southwest monsoon. Yes. I have 1 and 3. Then I have to need to determine statement 2. Bay of Bengal, northern plains. This branch goes like this, and then I don't think so. This is correct. 1 and 3 is correct. 1 and 3. 94C. Consider the following World Heritage Sites. Significant concern. I don't know. Lifu Lake Pass. With reference to tropical wet and dry climate, consider the following. Temperature remains high throughout the year. Rainfall is seasonal, characterized by longer wet season and a shorter dry season. Tropical wet and dry. Sudan, I don't know. Then we have primary forces influence ocean currents, gravity, planetary events. Coriolis force. Yes, heating by solar energy. Gravity just acts downwards. So how does it help in heating? I would go with only 3. 99C. Then we have 100. Guneri village island mangroves. I don't know. So my first iteration is completed in 65 minutes. Let me just count the number of questions that I have attempted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 48 questions in the first iteration. I think I have attempted so much. I thought to cap it at 35 and 40, but I guess I over attempted in the first iteration, so I might get compromised in the level of accuracy. Let's see. Now let's start the second iteration. I would take a sip of water and start right away. VV Ramji Central Sector Scheme, no. 1 Answer is 3 only. 1B. 1B. Wait a second. Why is this pen stopped writing all of a sudden? My voice has changed a little bit because this is the first time yesterday that I spoke so much. Because on a normal day I don't speak that much, so you can notice a little bit changed voice. It has become a deep. Manika Gandhi case was Article 19. It was 2A. It was not about constitutional remedies. So Article 32, no. So 2's answer would be A. 2A. Let me mark 2A. 2A. Okay. We have 2A marked correctly. Then we have TRCs. This is done. Now I have to go to question number 10. Question number 10 I'm not going to attempt for simple obvious reasons. Then we have 11. 11A. 11A. Then we have 15. Then we have 15. Campus calling program. I don't know, 15. Then we have 16, 17. Audit of the accounts of union and states. It would be union list or concurrent list. Audit of accounts. Federal list. 16C. Then we have 18, 21 Zapti Hasil, I don't know. 22, I don't know. 24, I don't know. 25, I don't know. 26, a sharp fall in the prices of Indian cotton. In response to these riots, colonial government enacted the Deccan I guess this statement is incorrect. European cotton merchants. 1 and 3. 26B. Then we have 28. Bombay Presidency Association, Indian League, Bombay Indian National Association. I have to say this, I haven't learned these many things. Klipta, 29-30. The Puranas, Sarva Kshatrantaka, 31st, 32, 33, 35. Damini Kol, 1830. Not sure about it. Chandraketu Gad, not sure. 36, 37. Then we have 41. Small satellite launch vehicle of Indian Space Research Organization. It primarily intends to launch nano, micro and mini satellites on a launch on demand basis. It has terminal precise. Option 3 might be in all of them. Okay, so option 3 is correct. It is generalistic. Then it can deploy satellites up to the approximately 500 kilograms. Third stage with the cryogenic upper stage. I am not quite sure in statement 1 as well. So then we are left with 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yes, I would go with 2, 3, 4 safely. Because the final stage, how can it be cryogenic? 41B. 41B. I'm getting a feeling that this question I might get incorrect. 42. Performing delicate surgeries on a patient located in a different city. No. But we can do with Wi-Fi. I would go with only 242B. 42B. We have 43. Artemis 2, Artemis 3. Artemis. Here we have 50-50, so I would go with Artemis 2. 43B. 45. I don't know. Then after 45 we have 46. Biopsy. 46C. Then we have 49 off budget borrowings. These are loans taken by the Union government directly from the RBI. They are included in the calculation of fiscal deficit. No. The repayment of the price primarily made from Union budget. Repayment of budget borrowing, repayment. 3 must be in my answer. So we have 2 and 3 or 3 here because it is 2 and 3 and this. They are included in calculation of fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is what? Fiscal deficit is plus market borrowings. Budget deficit plus market borrowings. So yeah, I guess 2 and 3. 49D. 49D. Okay. Then we have 50. No, I don't know. Then we have 55. Then we have 55. Operation Urja Suraksha recently launched to enhance offshore oil gas to ensure safe transit through Strait of Hormuz. 56. A patent, a new form of patent only if it demonstrates a new form of patent is patentable. Compulsory licensing in India allows a third party. I guess 2 is incorrect. It goes against the essence of patenting. If 2 is incorrect, then what do we have? We have 1 and 3. I would go with 1 and 3 safely. I am happy to be incorrect if I am wrong here. 56C. Then we have 59. It is the only fertilizer. Yes, this is correct. The nutrient-based subsidy scheme covers both urea and phosphatic. Nutrient-based phosphatic potassium substance. I would go with C. 59C. 59C. 60. Payment banks. They are permitted to accept only demand deposits and not term deposits. They are required to maintain CRR. They must open at least 25%. This is incorrect. I have this 2 is correct. 1 and 2 is correct. At least they must open at least 20%. So 1 and 2 is correct. Payment bank. 60C. And then we have 63. SEBI. Trading in virtual digital assets such as bitcoins. No. Commodity derivative. I'm not sure in this. Then we go to 64. Germany has replaced Japan. There has been increase in bond yields in Japan, leading to large-scale foreign outflows from Japan to other countries. The Germany has recorded persistent current account surplus. Bond yield is increasing. (64C). Then we have 65. Al-Aqsa Mosque, situated in the following countries. Al-Aqsa Mosque is in Israel. This was an easy one. 65D. Western Wall, Church of Holy Sepulchre and Al-Aqsa Mosque. 66. Small saving. Senior Citizens Savings Scheme. Small Savings Scheme. (66C). (67). With reference to National Manufacturing Mission. (70). 69. 70. District as export hubs. Statement to appears logical. Two only. 70B. 70B. 71. ATL, I don't know. 72. 72 is done. 73. 74. 76 minus 11. I guess statement 2 is incorrect because it is something new and I have not heard. Either 1 or either 3. 1. 76A. Then we have 77. 78. 80. Carbon farming, it refers to accelerated rate of photosynthesis and plant growth due to increased levels of atmospheric. Okay, this is carbon fertilization, but okay. It constitutes an integrated land management approach that primarily combines practices like agroforestry and conservation agriculture. But it is asking about carbon. Where is carbon in all this? It is widely recognized under this. If we eliminate 2, we have 1 and 3. Where is carbon in this? Primary combines practices regenerative agriculture, agroforestry, conservation agriculture. 80C. 81, 82. Then we have 84, 84, don't know. Then we have 87. 87 is not a weight losing raw material. I don't know, man. 88, not sure. 89, not sure. 90, 91, then we have 95, 96. This is China. 96C. Then we have 97, 98, 99, 100. Let's count the number of questions. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and 20. Just add 20 to this. 20, we get 68. Still far behind. We need to do another iteration. Now I need to guess things because I'm not left with much of the options. I need to start guessing now. Wait a second, I will just okay. So we have attempted 68 questions and those are not enough. We need to hunt some few more. We need to hunt for number 10. Number 10, High Ambition Coalition. A. Now we'll do the tukkebazi. 17, don't know. A regular bilateral discussion between member country. IMF no, New Development Bank no. Then 21, Sapti. Only 2. 21B. The Sabha was an assembly primarily of elders and elites. Samiti was an assembly of king. Vidhata. 23, 25, 24. Foundation of Delhi Sultanate. Battle of Panipat. Mission. Invasion of Nadir Shah. Invasion of India. Sartavaha. Head of Merchants Caravan. Chief Artisan representing craft guilds. A. I have to take risks. There is no choice. My hands are tied. 28. 28. Not correct. 28. I don't know. 29. I have to attempt. Klipta and Upaklipta. Forms of taxation, no. Types of merchant guilds, village assemblies. 29D. 29B. Then we have 30. Puranas refers to this. Okay, I have to attempt. Sole sovereignty, Ekrat. Bimbisara, Ajashatru. I'd go with Bimbisara. 30A. Then we have 35. Damin Eko. Santhals, Mundas, don't know. 36.